That's the racket with the glove foot and awning thing, made famous by Steel Horse Club. I guess that looks good. Okay, YouTubers, how you doing today? Ouch, I did gravel. It's a beautiful morning. On one of my little country rides. Why would anybody ride in the city? I've often wondered if it sounds like I've got sinus problem. With this camera pushed up against my nose, it's pretty tight. I wear a 3/4 helmet. I got to get a full-face helmet. Well, with summer coming on, it seems almost crazy because I love my half helmet. Topic for today: Pancit and Pirogi. I'll give you a picture of it. It's Pancit. Here's Pirogi. What's that got to do with the topic of the day? That makes me a Filipino. My dad was from Pangasinan in the Philippines, and my mom was from Humaniska, Poland. Pancit is, along with adobo, Pancit is a Filipino favorite. And Pirogi is a Polish favorite. I know Russians have a version of Pirogi, the Hungarians, the Czechs. Everybody in that part of the world has a form of what the Poles call Pirogi. So I grew up a Filipino. The neighborhood I grew up in, almost everybody was Southern Baptist, you know, bright white Caucasian. I did look different. I had that remarkable tan that 10 minutes in the sun looks like I've been out there all summer. And I was a little better looking than most everybody. At least that's what my wife said. As I said, I went to a Catholic school. I'd go out in the neighborhood and it was like, get him, he's all of them. And I'd have to pass him on the way to school. I had to run for all the rocks and dirt claws and sticks and stones wanting to break my bones. You have to remember too, I grew up in the 40s. Second World War is just over. Here I was all the time running from the kids. And finally I went to public school and things changed a little bit. Instead of running, I guess I started fighting back, gained a little bit of respect. That's what kids did in my day. Imagine growing up in a household where there's no F sound in Tagalog. you ever wondered why most old country Filipinos seldom pronounce an F? Thus we have 5.50 cents. Of course you have Filipino, but there's no F in their alphabet. Couldn't figure that one out for a long time. There are, I think, over 100 different dialects in the Philippines. Predominant language is Tagalog. I grew up with a father who was, I guess, considered old timer. I mean, well, he was on a sugarcane plantation in Hawaii, 1920. So, but anyway, getting back to the topic, Polish side. I could never tell a Polak joke. Polak to a Pole is actually a term of derision, or it was when I was coming up. I could never tell Polak jokes. I had a tortured childhood. Can't tell a Polak joke. My folks were great to me, though. They may have spoiled me somewhat, compensating for what they thought might be going on out in the neighborhood. Traditional pierogi is a potato dumpling. On Christmas Eve, we'd always have sauerkraut-filled pierogi. That's kind of a tradition, I guess. I don't know what the tradition is behind it, but Mom would always fix sauerkraut pierogi. That dish is labor-intensive, so it wasn't often we got them, but I loved them. And I still do now. You can buy them frozen. Kind of rambling here. Strange things come to mind. But Dad didn't want me to speak Tagalog, so I never learned. As time went by, I wanted to know. He didn't want to teach me. And times changed. Dad got older. And he wanted me to learn how to speak Tagalog. And I was in my teens, and a typical teenager didn't want to learn anything. Didn't want to learn anything in school, much less what Mom and Dad wanted to teach you. I never learned to speak Tagalog, and I kick myself for that. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit more in touch with heritage and things like that. Seeing everything in retrospect. I guess that's part of getting older.
Phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena.